Encouraging, empowering, inspiring each other on this journey of faith. United in purpose, sisters in love we are. Women were leaders.
Welcome to Celebrating God's Grace, a Women World Leaders podcast. I'm your host, Janet Berrong. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate God's grace in our lives, in ministry, and around the world. It's good to be back with you today talking about the dash, a life well lived. The dash is something written between the date of the person's birth and the date of their passing. The dash represents the life of a person, her deeds, his accomplishments, etc. Not how you died, it's how you lived. As another year comes to an end, as I reflect on the past year of the ups, the downs, the accomplishments, and the disappointments, the losses and the gains, I think about a life well lived. It seems like time goes faster and faster every year. The Bible describes it being of a blink of an eye. What I want to focus on is a life well lived for Christ. A life well lived honors the Lord and inspires others. Malachi 6:8 reads, "He has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, to act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." Do what is right. To do what is right, we must first determine what is right by spending time with God in prayer, in His Word, and with His people. Once we've discovered the right plan, we must expect resistance. But in the midst of resistance, we must remember that God is superintended His plan and bring it to completion. Love what is kind. The world is rarely kind, but we can cultivate kindness by recognizing God is the judge, that His sovereign hand controls all situations, and by accepting our circumstances as God's means of blessing. Model what is humble. Humility doesn't keep score, but it does accept responsibility for wrongdoing. Furthermore, it is gentle. It rests in God's sovereign control. A life well lived honors the Lord, inspires others, and produces rewards for the one who lives it. God wants us to have a full and joyful life. That joy comes from Him regardless of our circumstances. He says, renew your spirit daily. Putting God first, reading His Word daily, God calls us to love one another, live generously, forgive quickly, and be kind always. 2 Corinthians 4:16 reads, "Therefore, do not lose heart. Through outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day." As I pack my bags for my Christmas trip, I think about what I'm putting in the bags and what I really need for the next week or so to have a successful journey. What would that look like? For me, it would be packing warm clothes, comfortable shoes, and necessity toiletries, and even a GPS to know where I'm going. We would think it would be bizarre for a traveler not to be prepared for the end of the journey. We would pity the poor passenger who never read his itinerary. We'd be bewildered by someone who thought the purpose of the trip was the trip. Others, however, are anticipating the destination. I hope you are, and I hope you're ready when you get home. For you, age is no enemy. Age is a mile marker. It's a gentle reminder that home has never been so near. 1 John 2:15 through 17 reads, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and pride of life, comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but whomever does the will of God lives forever." Success and accomplishments are a good thing. God has called us to be our best and to do it for His glory. So merely just worldly success equals emptiness. We all know someone that seems to have it all by the worldly standards, but so empty inside. Jesus is the only one that can give that internal peace. Luke 9:25 reads, "What good is it for someone to gain the whole world and lose and forfeit his very self?" As this year 2021 comes to a close, I ask the question, what has God called you to do? What can you do to be more and do more for Him? I will encourage you to take those bold steps in that direction to make a difference for eternity. I will encourage you to live boldly now and into 2022. Have a wonderful rest of your holiday season and a happy and healthy new year. God bless you all. Until next time. Thank you for listening to Women World Leaders Podcast. Join us each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as we explore together God's extravagant love and your courageous purpose. Visit our website at www.womenworldleaders.com to submit a prayer request, register for an upcoming event, and support the ministry. From His heart to yours, we are Women World Leaders. All content is copyrighted by Women World Leaders and cannot be used without expressed